Hello, dear viewers, and welcome back to the channel, where we meticulously examine the intricate tapestries of the British royal family, focusing today on a matter of immense property, prestige, and profoundly necessary public relations. Today, we delve deep into the quiet yet monumental restructuring occurring within the very heart of the Crown Estate, specifically concerning one of its most desirable and controversial residences, Royal Lodge. This magnificent Grade II listed mansion, nestled securely within the sprawling majesty of Windsor Great Park, currently remains the residence of Prince Andrew, the Duke of York. However, a seismic shift is underway, and while the Duke is yet to physically clear out his belongings, the meticulous planning for the estate's future and the cleansing of the unfortunate reputation that has clung to it is already in full strategic motion. Before we unravel the complex web of royal real estate and succession planning, do remember to show your support for our detailed reporting by hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and ringing that notification bell so you never miss our deep dives into the monarchy. Your support truly helps us bring you these comprehensive updates. The wheels of royal bureaucracy, though slow, are undeniably turning. It was definitively revealed in an official statement released by Buckingham Palace just last month that a formal, structured process to gently but firmly initiate the eviction of Prince Andrew from Royal Lodge has been set in motion. This is not merely a suggestion or a hint, it is a fixed timeline. The Duke of York is now expected to vacate the sprawling 30-room premises in the early part of 2026. This date provides a fixed point on the calendar, allowing the Crown Estates to prepare for the transition of a residence that carries significant historical and financial weight. The urgency behind this transition stems directly from the highest echelons of the monarchy. His Majesty King Charles III is understood to be spending considerable time contemplating the most effective methods to fundamentally and irrevocably disassociate this prestigious, historic residence from the unfortunate disgrace that has enveloped his brother, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, and, by extension, his former wife, Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York, who has also resided there. Royal Lodge, in its current state, is seen by palace strategists as carrying a heavy burden of negative public perception, a stain that the king is determined to wipe clean for the sake of the monarchy's image. This need for symbolic cleansing is paramount. Royal Lodge is not just any house. It is a jewel in the Crown Estate, a property that has hosted generations of royals and holds deep emotional ties for the family, particularly as the former home of the Queen Mother. Allowing its current association to persist would be detrimental to the carefully curated image of the modern, responsible monarchy that King Charles is striving to build. In a move that has only intensified speculation regarding the future occupants of the Windsor enclave, the Prince and Princess of Wales, William and Catherine, along with their 3 children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, have already taken up residence next door. They settled into the nearby and slightly more modest Forest Lodge nearly 2 weeks ago. This proximity, while offering convenience and privacy away from the more public environment of Kensington Palace, positions them perfectly for any eventual transition involving Royal Lodge. The question, however, remains: what exactly is the long-term plan for a property of this magnitude? To gain clarity, we turn to the insights of property expert Robin Edwards, a respected property agent who shared his comprehensive assessment with GB News. Mr. Edwards highlighted the complexity of the decision now facing the King and the administrators of the Crown Estates. Now that Royal Lodge will soon be empty, the King and Crown Estates have the difficult decision over what to do with the prestigious property, Edwards explained. He underscored that this is not a routine real estate transaction. It is a strategic, governmental, and royal decision that will impact the line of succession and the public perception of the Crown's assets. Edwards noted that while the Prince and Princess of Wales might have seemed like the most logical immediate occupants, given their seniority and recent move to the area, the current thinking suggests a different, more patient approach. He posited that Royal Lodge is now considered the ideal, long-term choice for the new generation of royals, specifically Prince George or one of his younger siblings, Princess Charlotte or Prince Louis, once they reach maturity and begin taking on full-time royal duties. The property, therefore, is potentially being reserved for a special generational task, However, before the younger generation is ready to assume such a grand residence, the expert suggested that a much more practical and immediate plan for the mansion is to ensure it remains strictly within royal use. This approach offers two primary, viable alternatives that maintain the property's dignity and purpose without opening it up to external scrutiny or controversy. The first alternative is that the mansion could be formally reassigned to another senior member of the family. This would likely be a working royal who requires a substantial, high-security residence near the main operational hub of Windsor Castle, perhaps someone who needs to be closer to the king and queen, or to facilitate international duties. The second alternative is that Royal Lodge could be meticulously retained as an official guest residence. This scenario would see the property transformed into the ultimate high-security accommodation for visiting heads of state, dignitaries, or Commonwealth leaders. Such a use would elevate the property's profile, erase its recent negative associations, and serve a clear diplomatic function for the king. Mr. Edwards meticulously detailed why other options, particularly those involving commercial utilization, are highly unlikely, despite the vast sums they might generate. He explained that converting the property for commercial purposes, such as operating it as a private, long-term let to a non-royal individual or marketing it as short-term luxury accommodation, is technically possible but would be fraught with potential issues. These issues are myriad and profound. They include the significant security complexities involved in having non-vetted tenants living within the secured perimeter of Windsor Great Park, the challenges of maintaining the Grade 2 listed historical integrity while adapting it for commercial use, and the inevitable public outcry over the privatization of such a significant piece of royal history. Furthermore, the optics of the crown leasing out a property recently associated with scandal simply for profit would likely be seen as tasteless and opportunistic. Hence, the most plausible and strategically sound outcome, according to royal observers and property experts alike, points directly toward the children of the Prince and Princess of Wales. Royal Lodge is seen as a strategic inheritance, a fitting future home for the heirs of the future King William V. We are speaking, of course, of Prince George, who is currently 12 years old, his sister Princess Charlotte, aged 10, and their younger brother Prince Louis, now 7. The speculation holds that one of these young royals will ultimately claim this magnificent residence in the future, once they have progressed into adulthood and begun their official working lives. This expectation is rooted deeply in established royal tradition. Historically, senior royal heirs have been allocated substantial residences belonging to the crown estate once they reach maturity and formally begin undertaking official, full-time royal duties on behalf of the monarch. This allocation marks their transition into active senior members of the firm. For Prince George, the future king, his claim to a prestigious residence is virtually assured. However, the situation for Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis is slightly more nuanced, reflecting the modern approach of their parents, William and Catherine. Whether Charlotte or Louis ultimately takes up residence at Royal Lodge, or another property of similar stature, will depend significantly on their willingness to fully embrace and take on substantial royal duties as they grow older. It is understood that the Prince and Princess of Wales, in a departure from past rigid traditions, have made a concerted effort to give all three of their children the option to choose their level of involvement in royal life, though George's path as the direct heir is fixed. Should Charlotte or Louis opt for a lesser role, the property would likely default to the heir apparent or be assigned to another senior royal. However, the sheer prestige and location of Royal Lodge make it an almost irresistible asset for any working royal. The allocation of such residences is not merely about providing comfortable living quarters, it is a highly symbolic act. It signifies the transfer of responsibility, the commitment to the crown, and the investment in the future of the monarchy. By reserving Royal Lodge, King Charles is not only attempting to cleanse a property of its recent past, but is also making a profound statement about the continuity and stability of the royal line, securing a vital piece of royal infrastructure for the generations to come. The process of Andrew's departure, scheduled for 2026, grants the Crown Estates a crucial window of time, nearly 2 years, to undertake any necessary refurbishment, modernization, or, most importantly, the strategic repositioning of Royal Lodge in the public eye. This period will be vital for rebranding the property from a symbol of scandal to a beacon of the future monarchy. Consider the atmosphere of Windsor Great Park itself. It is a location steeped in history, privacy, and security. The king's decision to move William and Catherine's family so close into Forest Lodge signifies the consolidation of the core working monarchy around the central operational hub of Windsor Castle. Royal Lodge, once cleared, provides the perfect anchor for the next generation, allowing them to grow up within the privacy and safety of the Great Park, shielded from the immediate glare of London, yet strategically positioned for future responsibilities. The meticulous planning surrounding this 30-room estate underscores the king's long-term vision. He is not just dealing with the immediate problem of Prince Andrew, he is safeguarding valuable, prestigious royal treasures for his grandchildren. The future of the monarchy hinges on the success and popularity of Prince William and his children, and providing them with appropriate, historically significant, and strategically located residences is a foundational element of that success. The saga of Royal Lodge is therefore far more than a simple eviction notice. It is a pivotal moment in the reign of King Charles III. It represents the king's determination to streamline the monarchy, enforce accountability, and, crucially, invest in the stability and prestige of the future line of succession. By securing this property for Prince George, Princess Charlotte, or Prince Louis, the king is ensuring that the architectural heritage of the crown remains firmly in the hands of those who are committed to its service. This event certainly gives us much to reflect upon regarding the delicate balance between royal tradition, personal conduct, and the necessity of maintaining impeccable public relations in the modern age. The repurposing of Royal Lodge will be one of the most visible indicators of King Charles's success in shaping the monarchy for the 21st century. What are your thoughts on this strategic move by King Charles? Do you believe Royal Lodge should be reserved for the young Wales children, or do you think it should be immediately reassigned to a working senior royal? We always value your insightful opinions, so please share them in the comments section below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more detailed royal analysis, and join us for our next celebrity update, where we continue to explore the fascinating world of the British royal family. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.